Alright, it's April the 27th, Sunday. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. We are at about 75 degrees today. The bees, as you can see, are out and about and going bananas. We're up a little bit higher than Spokane. So where Spokane probably already had dandelion and trees blooming and stuff, we just started like last week in real earnest here. I'm going to switch the way I do this hive because the sun is behind me and it'll be easier to look for eggs and things of that nature. So to get right into it today, this is our top board, and we're just going to give a little poofy in there. Now I will say that both of these hives have proven to be significantly more aggressive than probably most people would like. Lately it seems like if I even come out here for 2 seconds, they're coming up here like, hey bro, what are you doing? And they are very aggressive in terms of them warning me that they're done with my bullshit. And what I mean by that is, like, if I come out here and sit with them, they remind me pretty quickly that that's not my job. My job is to help them take care of themselves. Now, let's take a little look-see. I will say that I popped the lids off on these just the other day to just peep in, and I didn't see as many bees up here as I did obviously in the other hive over there. But this is interesting. I think this had some capped honey in it, but I'll have to go back and look at what I put in this hive. But look, you can see it's dark on the outside, and they definitely are filling it with nectar on the inside. So in this case, I'm going to go from, normally it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so I'm going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So frame 7 has actually got nectar in it. It's got some capped honey. Wow. Okay, so you can see on the back side of here, that's capped honey. And on this side is drawn comb now. And I'm going to go back and look at the video, but I don't think that I put that much up here. Next frames are empty. I mean, like, they're just barely nothing. Starting to draw a little bit of comb, but they don't have a ton of activity up here. And this last frame is partially drawn out, and then it's got honey on this side, and it's probably on the back side here, it's probably 3/4 full of capped honey. So I'm going to go back and look at my video to see if they are building this or if that's just my imagination. But and then what else I want to do is I want to weigh each of my boxes. Hi, mamas. I'm going to weigh each of my boxes as I put them back together. Hopefully I don't forget. In fact, I think what I'm going to do to remind myself is I'm going to go get my scale right now. places to hide junk. Hide stuff inside. In here. Sorry for the long delay. I'll try to edit that out. Put my organization in here, so that would be more organized. But I'm not. Okay. So when I'm weighing hives, I'm just using a little scale for like luggage, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. So basically with the scale, all I'm doing is I'm weighing if they're growing or not. Okay, so let's get into this. Again, I'm going to go 7 to 1. So when I do these, I don't really do them for anybody to watch. I do them for me, so that when I go back later, I don't assume that I remembered what I had here. And I know that there are plenty of people who will write it down or put it on top of the box or whatever. Wow. They really are pulling nectar in here like crazy though. This thing's already almost full of nectar. I mean, and it's April 27th, so I guess we are almost to May, but I'm not going to say unequivocally that the nectar flow has begun, but I will tell you that I have nectar coming in for sure. Some people shake their frames and watch the nectar drop. I feel like that's kind of stealing from all the hard work that the girls had to do, so I don't ever do that. I can see that it's nectar. Kind of a light frame. It was a brood frame. You can see I've had a hatch out. If you know what you're looking at there in the middle, you'll see this brown is capped brood still, and since the pattern originally probably went out this way, they started hatching from the middle because again she lays from the middle out. I don't see any eggs or larvae up here. Now I have remarked my queen. Oh yeah, she's been up here recently. The eggs are brand new. Oh wow, we got queen cells. We got emergency unloaded queen cells, or actually those are swarm cells if they're on the bottom. Lots of eggs, larvae. Now I'm looking inside out, or I'm sorry, outside in. So I'm starting from the outside and working my way in because my queen would likely be working her way from the inside to the out. There's some eggs up here. She's been up here recently. And that's only frame, well, technically frame 6, but I do have, I don't know if you can see them on there, I've got some unloaded queen cells. I'm just going to take these off. I'm not trying to prevent this hive from swarming by any means. In fact, if they decided to swarm, I've got a swarm trap out front that hopefully will catch them. I've just been doing a lot of research on the bees, and I feel like part of the issue that we have, and this is a Ryan second year beekeeper looking at it from the outside in is that I believe most of what we're taught is centered around the practices for commercial beekeeping. We are not commercial beekeepers. We are, oh, I got drones already. Yep. Wow. Big ol' honking drone. The girls seem pretty docile right now. Emergency queen cells down here, not. Lots of eggs, larvae, and brood though. Alright, so this is frame 3 for me, but 765 in my normal inspection. And again, the only reason I'm saying that is so that when I go back later and check, I'll know what direction I'm going here. This is another fully laid out frame. I mean, she is cranking out the babies. This hive is gonna explode. She's a really strong queen. Although, it is funny to note that I have marked her bright pink, and I've only seen her once since doing that, and that was the day I marked her. Alright, 765, this will be frame 4 out of 8, so we're halfway in. Wow. Wow. I mean, she won't be here because this frame is laid out. I've got a bit of cross comb going top to bottom, but this hive is packed with babies. Drone's already in there. If you ever want to practice grabbing your queen bee, one thing to try is start with grabbing drone brood. Drones don't sting. And if you didn't know that, well, probably didn't pay attention to Beekeeping 101, but drones do not have stingers. So they are just absolutely they're the easy way to start learning to pick up bees. And if you can start on drones, you can pick up your queens. Man, just nothing to say but good things about this frame so far. It's all laid out all the way end to end. Whoops, sorry ladies. I'm getting a little fired up, so getting a little smoke. Okay, so this would be frame 4 if I was going the other way. And they really have connected this one to down below. Wow. I mean, just end to end, this frame is laid out. Can't imagine she would be here. There's nowhere left for her to lay. Just clean this up a little bit. close, huh? Bees will clean up the mess you make, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have to get every little piece of wax out. The bees will pick it up later and go, hey, this doesn't belong here. And all I'm doing right now is just kind of cleaning up this frame. That's a good looking frame. Whew. Got a mess though between frames, I'll tell you what. Alright. Hey, we don't have to do that. We're friends. This is why I'm suited up. And, you know, last spring when I got my bees, I mean, I only got my bees for the first time about a year ago. And you could come out here and work them in nothing. I mean, you could come out here and work them in shorts and no gloves. And I'm here to tell you what, these girls do not play that game. This hive isn't even nearly as pissy as the other hive is, but it is definitely gotten more aggressive. I like this hive a lot, but it is definitely a little bit more aggro than it was when we got it last year. Okay, so this is frame, what would be frame 3. Normally it is packed with pollen. They got a lot of nectar to the outside. I mean, it's just got a ton of pollen in it. A lot of pollen stores, all different kinds of colors. Oranges, grays, yellows. I even saw blue. No queen, no beat, no eggs, no larva, no brood. I take that back. There was a little bit of drone brood, but nothing major. Holy cow. This is a frame packed solid with pollen, period. I mean, there's a little bit of nectar on one side, but it is pollen through and through. So some more drones. Oh, what happened? I always think it's funny when you see bees with their heads in the cells. You might think they're dead, but they're actually sleeping. Oop, I'm dripping nectar. Whoa. That's a good sign that that is some fresh nectar. Okay, so they're bringing in nectar. It is April the 27th, and I have a nectar. I've never been in what I know to be the nectar flow. Last year we were building, so I never really got to experience my first, if you will, nectar flow. But there is definitely nectar on these frames, that is for sure. Fresh nectar. I'm gonna get rid of this. There's an empty emergency queen cell, or an empty swarm cell maybe. And like I said, I mean, this hive, either one of these hives, if they want to naturally swarm this year just to try it, I'm gonna let them and see if I can capture them as a swarm out in the front. All right, so making sure all my frames are fairly pushed together, everything's equal. I'm getting a lot of cross comb on the bottom of this hive, and you're going to see it when I lift this up. And I don't know if it's something I'm doing or if it's just something they're doing. But you can see all this right here, hopefully. I mean, this is all really drone larvae. a ton of drone larvae. There's nothing particularly harmful about this comb. It just makes it a mess. And when I scrape it or I move it, the bees get smashed in it. And so I just like to keep my hive kind of clean. Flame, I just want smoke. That's interesting, all the bees are coalescing right here. Alright. So no queen yet, but plenty of queen activity. Like I said, I could really stop right now. And because I'm not trying to stop my hives from swarming this year, you know, a lot of beekeepers right now are looking for signs of swarming. I am not. I will say this hive is very productive, and so is the other one. That's why I don't want to like do anything to harm them, but man, they just are not the friendliest of bees. Okay, frame 8, which would be frame 1 today. A lot of bees, they've pulled it out all the way, so that's good. I don't think this frame, if I go back and look at the videos, I don't think that frame had a wax pulled all the way, so it's now completed. All right, so tons of pollen, and you know, pretty logical given right next to the brood chamber. Just taking a little quick look-see, plenty of pollen, mostly pollen on one side and then drawn comb on the other. No real nectar or honey stores or anything like that. All right, we're into the brood chamber. We got eggs, larvae, and brood, cap brood. No sign of the queen there. Well, I mean, there's signs, but I don't see her. And if you ever want to see down in, just blow your air from your mouth. The CO2 makes them move. Alright, so I got recent queen activity in here. She's been laying in here within the last 24 to 48 hours. I marked her bright pink, so I kind of hope to see her. Frame 4, which would be frame 5 in my other hive. We're going the other direction. Drone, brood, nectar. Looks like probably a lot of fresh bees came out recently, were hatched recently. I swear since I marked them, it's, oh, there she is. I got her. Oh, most of her paint came off, that's why. Oh, okay. She's literally on the corner getting ready to come over the edge right now. She's climbing up the corner on the sidebar and walking right up towards me. She's about halfway up now. She's kind of going over to the other side. Huh, baby? I'm doing real good. The only thing I don't want to do is roll her when I go back in, so I want to make sure she's off that edge. Okay. So now I am just going to look and see really quick if there's any queen cells or anything I need to be concerned about. Some drones. Interestingly, they haven't, this frame is all drawn out except on that corner, and they still haven't drawn it out. And same on this one, it's like the lower corner just isn't drawn out. Alright, eggs, larvae, and brood right there. Yep. Yep. She is a money maker, that queen. This one's laid out. Eggs, larva, brood, cat brood. Got quite a bit of drones down on the lower corner. Yeah, this is laid out. I mean, like, she lays so fast. She's faster than they can cap it. They need to get on that wax. But I mean, this frame is just really coming along. It is coming fast. Not happy about me being out here right now. Wow, this thing is almost full of pollen. Holy cow. I mean, like, that backside of that could be just solid pollen. Same here. Wow. That's like almost a cake of pollen. Alright, well, that's it. She's in there. I saw her. A lot of her paint came off, so I don't know what I did wrong, or if it's just by natural, they just chewed it off or whatever, but she is in here. She is doing quite swimmingly, I will say. And I don't see any active swarm cells. I only saw, come on, there we go. I only saw unloaded emergency queen cups is what I saw, and I got rid of most of them. Ton of drone brood, a lot of male bees in here. I'll have to go back through and re-look at it, but I mean, I have at least 8 frames of baby bees that are coming. So now I'm going to weigh these, and then what I'll do is I'll just record the weight verbally, and then I'll know. Eventually I want these to get to about 80 pounds a piece. And what you're doing when you're weighing these, it's simple. You're grabbing one side and you're pulling up 14 and a half, 13.9. So you add those two together, so it's about 28, 14 and 13, 27, 28 pounds is what we're looking at. Come on. Saw her down there, super excited about that. Okay, now same thing here. 14.2. $14.4, so 28, 29 pounds. And then this one, so each of my boxes is sitting right now right at about 28 pounds, and this one is 9.3. 9.8. So that gives us a baseline, and then we'll see how they grow. Now, when these get up to about 80 pounds, then we know then they got enough honey and resources for the winter. But right now, we just want something to compare against for now. So that is Hive 1. I think the word of the day is a lot of bees, a lot of babies coming. Queen looks good, a lot of eggs. Bees are a little aggressive. I wouldn't want to be doing this without my bee suit. But all in all, pretty damn successful hive. I'll go get on the other one and we'll get this thing done for the day.